guys! Thank you for coming into our second video of this series. I thought it would be cool to talk to my beautiful friend Charlotte. She's one of the mothers of our DBLL team, and she actually coined the name Dream Bigger, Live Louder. So I thought it would be super cool to talk to her about how kind of her vision came into fruition, especially when she met all of us. It's so crazy. That story we'll tell another day. But Charlotte, say hello to the people. Tell us a little bit about yourself. And on that note, why don't you tell us about how Dream Bigger, Live Louder popped into your head in the first place?
Okay. Hi, guys. Thank you, Allie, for having me. I love you so much. So yeah, I'll go into a little bit of like who I am and my story so you know without going too into depth. But my name is Charlotte Kingston. I'm 22 years old and I'm from Ontario, Canada, but I now live on a teeny tiny island near Bali, Indonesia. So I kind of always knew that I was gonna do different things with my life. I never really resonated with following like the standard path that was set out for me, or I guess like set out for everyone in general. I just always knew that whatever I was going to do, it was going to be like outside of the norm, but I didn't know how that was going to work. And throughout high school, I got involved with a network marketing company, and actually like that was about 5 years of my life, thinking that that was going to be like my path to success. And that was going to be that thing that helped me like break free from the normal and completely do something different and have financial freedom. And I absolutely loved that experience of my life and the time that I spent doing that. But it started to just not feel super aligned with me. And while I was in that network marketing company, I knew that like if I was going to be successful in network marketing, I wasn't going to do it alone. I didn't want to just be like this one person sitting at the top with all of this success and like looking back and not having anyone to share it with. So I really wanted it to be a team thing. And I wanted to have like, I had this big vision of like this movement of young people like traveling together and like freedom and just like high vibing together. And like, I had it in my head. Like I had this vision. I knew that that was what I wanted. And I didn't want to just be like this lone person, like doing things on her own. And so I like about halfway through, I guess, my network marketing journey, or no, I guess, yeah, okay, about halfway through in 2016, I had this epiphany and I was like, I'm going to start a movement and it's going to be about so much more than just me. It's going to give so much meaning to like my network marketing business and then have it not just be like me selling a product, but have it be an actual movement. And I came up with the term Dream Bigger, Live Louder, just based on the idea of like dreaming bigger, obviously, like dreaming outside of like this small bubble that we've been shown and seeing that there's so much more out there, but also like living that dream out loud and being bold about it so that others were inspired to do the same. And I was just so hyped about it. And I was like, this is it. I named my network marketing team DBLL. I was like, this is what we're doing. And I struggled so hard to like make that a reality and really like bond together and have this team be like everything that I ever dreamed it would be. So it just clearly wasn't working out. There was like so many things going on, but I realized later that like the reason that it didn't work out in that situation was that it was meant to come to fruition in this new business that a lot of us who actually were in that network marketing company are now doing. So that was kind of where it all stemmed from. And then when I switched over from network marketing to freelance digital marketing, I knew that I wanted to keep that vision and that movement alive. And I wanted Dream Bigger, Live Louder to be like more than just a me thing and have it be an everybody thing. So I was like, guys, let's use DBLL and like bring this to life. And now we have.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I thank you for being so generous and sharing this this vision that you had years ago with us, because oh my gosh, it's beautiful now. So that literally leads so perfectly into my next question. What has been the biggest reward since revamping DBLL back in like November?
Oh my gosh, it's crazy to think about the fact that was just November, because I feel like it was like a lifetime ago. I feel like Dream Bigger, Live Louder has been around forever, and not just because I thought of the name years ago, but right. Yeah, so that was not too long ago now. And the biggest thing has been that like that vision that I talked about of having like this community of like-minded people, like all of these things that I had in my head that I was like, I know it's not just a dream, I know it's going to happen, and it wasn't happening for me before, and now that's all actually happening. And so we're starting to see, like, our group is still so small compared to where I know it's going to be. We're at just about 100 people, which is still incredible. But like we're starting to see people like planning trips together, and that like people have group chats that have like never met before, and just like hearing people rave about like what the community has done for them and how it's like saved them and it's given them a space to just be themselves, and like it feels like home, it feels like a family, especially during a time like this where we're all kind of like isolated and lacking that community that is like so essential. And I think humans have like really drifted from the idea of like being all connected like we should be. So having that during this time when everyone's like craving it more than ever is just like the most beautiful thing ever. Like I want to cry honestly all the time at like some of the cute things that everyone says, and people are like forming these lifelong friendships, and it just like goes so far beyond business, so far beyond like anything to do with like money. It's so much bigger than that. And even in that sense too, like when we talk to people about like what their favorite thing is, it's not like the business opportunity, it's literally the group, the community. So that's definitely like been the coolest thing to see.
Oh my gosh, I love our high vibe calls every Sunday. They're the best. It's seriously just like a large hangout, and then we sprinkle in some business tips. And it's like always so helpful because you never know what you're gonna get, because you're like, I don't know how to explain it, but the vibes in those group calls are just so great. You always get what you need, even though you may not have known you needed it. It's so amazing. So yes. So what would you say that Dream Bigger, Live Louder, although the name is pretty specific, what do you think it stands for now?
I just think at this point in the world, like with everything that's happening, now is a time more than ever where a lot of people are waking up realizing like they're frustrated, and you and I had a conversation about this. They're frustrated by like things getting ripped away from them and having like their options limited, and then starting to realize that like we've agreed to a system where they actually can take that away in 2 seconds. And like so many people are realizing like I want to create my own freedom. Like I don't want to rely on a system where like my job could be gone at the snap of a finger. Like, you know, my income could be taken away, this could be taken away, that could be taken away. Like no one can take away your freedom if you created it for yourself. So I think like now more than ever, people are dreaming bigger in the sense of like being independent, like being able to fend for themselves and have their own sense of freedom, and like something that no one could ever take away. So that's just like why I think it's so much more prominent now. But yeah, it just circles back to like everyone always talked about like dream bigger, live louder, and they would just talk about like the idea of having big dreams. But like the live louder part was always my favorite part, because I was like, no, if you have dreams but you're not like talking about them, then people won't know like they could also dream. So live louder has been like my biggest thing. And like when people message me and say, oh my gosh, like thank you for sharing this because it like changed my perspective, or I wouldn't have thought that that was possible, then like that's why we do it. And the live louder part is 100% like the biggest thing, because it like ignites other people to realize that they could absolutely have the life of their dreams. They don't have to like count anything out and like call anything impossible, because at this point like we can't predict anything, but literally nothing is impossible.
Oh my gosh, so true. I love that. I've been inspired by you to live a life out loud as well, to show and inspire others. And it's just like such a beautiful thing when you get a message like, oh, this really impacted me. You're like, wow, I had no idea. I literally was just struggling talking to my toddler. Like,
Yeah.
even little things.
I know, that's the biggest thing with mom life too, and I love watching you live out loud, is like some of the most mundane things ever that you're like, I don't think anyone cares about this, are the things that other moms need to see, because they're like, oh my god, I also haven't changed my shirt in 4 days, like thank you for posting that. And like it's just so amazing see people living like their actual lives out loud, not like living this, you know, fantasy that like is genuinely not real at all. And like I literally, my most recent post was about how like all of my laundry is missing,
Oh my God.
and oh, look at my fancy villa on an island. So like watching everyone genuinely live like their day-to-day lives out loud and like let other people in on their stories, like storytelling is like the best part about this business. So it's so amazing to see, and I'm so proud of you.
Oh, only following all of your wonderful guidance. So thank you for guiding me. um, so I just want to know, if someone was to come up to you and be like, well, what's so special about your team? What is it? Why is it so different from other online communities? What would be your response to that?
I have to go back to what you said about the high vibe call for this one, because I have been involved in, you know, obviously I was in network marketing. I've been involved in lots of different like masterminds or like mindset stuff or just like business groups in general. Seen a lot of like motivational speakers. I've seen Tony Robbins like twice. Like I've seen a lot of really cool stuff. But like the simplicity of literally just a group of people getting together to raise their vibrations, I think like goes so far beyond like a lot of things that I've seen out there. So I've seen like a lot of stuff where, you know, people talk about mindset, they talk about like being motivated, but like it doesn't get put into action. And I think having a platform like we do, where we can literally go through and learn step by step, so like simply and clearly how to build an online business, all of that is already laid out for us. But what it comes down to is like our belief and like keeping the vibes high, and like you're not going to be 100% like happy, like loving life every single second of it, because that's not real life. But having this space where like we come on the calls and literally our only goal of the call is to like get our vibes up and like just like feel connected, that's more productive in our business, I feel like, than retelling like the same exact tips that people have heard a million times. So like that's just unlike anything I've ever seen before, because I feel like in most like things that I've been involved with, that would be considered like not a very productive call. And I think it's like the most productive thing ever to literally just like back together. So yeah, like that goes in a lot of ways too. A lot of the lessons that we have like within the freedom era, I sit there and I'm like, oh my gosh, how is this like the training that we're getting? Like mindset stuff, like just the way that it's focused and geared towards like conscious entrepreneurs and like that next generation of people that like truly care, like want to do something different. It's I don't even know how to describe it, but like I literally pinch myself and I go like, this never would have been like a mastermind or like someone talking up on stage at like a previous event that I would have been to. Like the fact that the type of stuff that we're learning and the type of stuff that is valued. It's normally the type of stuff that I had to like do on the side of my business because I knew it was important, but like it was never in the spotlight. So definitely the inner work, definitely like just having a community that like really focuses on actually being connected and actually like supporting each other and raising each other up, and not just saying that we support each other but we actually secretly don't. It's just like so different. I know, you know, but like I don't know how to express how different it is. But
Yeah.
like I've never seen
Oh yeah, I totally understand. As you mentioned, we came from the same network marketing company and I didn't really have an upline. So I was constantly looking for like a team. And this is exactly what I was looking for, honestly, what DBLL is now.
each other.
Oh, right, yeah. So, like, even though we've known each other, like, still, now that we have this, it's literally exactly everything that I could have wanted, because people who are coming in from like Jill's team are helping people who come from your team, just because we literally all just want to see each other succeed. It doesn't matter who came in where and at what point. Someone posts a question and there's like 5 to 10 responses almost immediately. It's beautiful. It's like an actual team. Oh man, I love it so
I
much.
know. That's what like we were trying to create within network marketing. I remember when I was trying to get this whole DBLL thing up and running, I was connecting with like you and Abby, and I was like, none of these people are in my team in this network marketing company. None of us are like financially linked to each other at all. But like we wanted a community. Like we were banding together because we were craving like something like this. And I remember going like, why couldn't I just like create my dream team of people that like, you know, we were already like enrolled in a network marketing company, so we couldn't like go and just start our own thing again. But now we are literally creating our dream team of like-minded people, and like we all get to be together. But then at the same time, like you said, we have people in the group that like aren't financially linked to us. And Jillian's so beautiful, like hopping on the phone to help people that like she doesn't benefit financially from, but none of that even matters. Like we don't care. We treat everyone exactly the same. Aubrey and I, like Aubrey has someone that she's brought into the team that she doesn't benefit from their sales at all because they were already partnered with the high ticket company that we're in. And like, we literally treat her the exact same way. We give her like the exact same guidance. We give her the exact same amount of our time and energy, sometimes like more, because she's been so like motivated, and we see that and want to see her grow. So it's like, when she makes sales, it has no financial impact on us at all, but like we don't care. And that's what I love. Like you don't see that everywhere at all. You like, it's so rare to see somewhere where people are like treated the exact same way, regardless of like the amount of money that is in it for them.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I freaking love it. I can't even wait to see what happens in the future and how big and crazy this gets, but like in the best way. Also, like imagine the vibes.
Aubrey and I, DBLL is like thousands of people. We're like, oh my god.
Dude, imagine those high vibes calls. They're gonna be like 2 hours long.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I guess one last question for you. If someone is not sure if what is the benefit of joining an online community, whether it's us, whether it's somebody else. Oh, speaking of mom life, here comes my toddler. Hey, you.
Hi.
Look
Hi, dude.
Say hi, Char. It's Charlotte.
Hi,
Can you say Charlotte? Oh, he's whispering it. Oh my gosh. Well, we'll just finish it out with Joe. But someone that is not sure why they should join an online community even in the first place, what would you say to them? What is the benefit of even just joining a online community?
Honestly, like online communities are the best because you can genuinely get like so much advice from around the world. And I think it's so different than just like who's in like your closest realm. So for example, like with travel, I have always loved like travel Facebook groups for advice, and I like rarely ever plan trips. I mean, okay, I used to like really plan out my trips, and now I just kind of like show up and walk around and get lost, and that's like my favorite way to travel. But when I would plan trips, I would rarely do it without like seeking guidance from like other people that had already traveled there. And so like being involved in travel Facebook groups was like my favorite way to immerse myself in that community of like people from all over the world that are like the same as me and want to get out there and see the world. So like whatever your passions are, whether it's travel, whether it's music, whether it's gardening, whether it's like, you know, being a mom, like having connections all around the world. Hi. Having connections all around the world, and like having access to that online, especially because then no matter what time zone you're in as well, like you'll always have other people to connect with. But yeah, so whether it's like Dream Bigger, Live Louder, or it's like some other online community, it's just so good to like stay connected, especially during this time, with people all around the world. Like it's genuinely the coolest thing ever, and getting so many different perspectives than just like your town that you're in. I was living in like a really small town in Ontario when I was there. So like if I didn't have other communities of people that like saw things a little bit differently, then I would just have like kind of the same perspectives. So I am all for online communities, especially ours that's a little biased, but it's the best.
Yeah, no joke. I'm in a bunch of mom communities, especially one for young moms, and it's another one of my favorite just online communities because just like the people, even though the people are not here, like even some girls I've never met before never have come to the group because they've never got or never been able to get off work or whatever. And even now, like we can't meet obviously, but the group is still active and people are still asking for advice or asking for things because they're having new babies, and people are responding. And like that's the beauty of online groups is like everyone's at home right now and everyone's on their phones and on their computer, and people are looking to be connected with others. So if you're looking even just for some connection of any kind, like groups are the way to go, but especially yes, but this is a joke. Joe's just hanging. But wow.
Steps. I'm so grateful. And if it weren't for online communities, I wouldn't have come to Denver.
True. Oh my gosh, we're working so hard all day to get him to walk. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, thank you so much, Charlotte, for coming on. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day and staying so late up in Bali right now, or in Gili. You guys are, it's like 11:30, almost 11. Yeah. So, all right. All right. Are you gonna let's say goodbye to everyone? Okay. Bye, friends. Stay hydrated. Bye. Bye.